All right. I Bleed Orange Sports Network. Such a time as this. Happy New Year's 2026. Hope everybody's doing good and feeling okay and didn't overindulge too much last night. It is a new year. We have a lot to talk about. We having a hard time remembering what day it is because we're having the holidays, Christmas and New Year's Eve, fall into the middle of the week. We're going to talk a little bit about college playoffs. We'll talk a little bit about the OC position that's now open for Clemson because Garrett Riley is no longer on board. Got my opinion on that. Got a couple prospects. I know they're looking at. I think they're going to wait till the college football season plays out before they actually make that decision. Just like to do a shout out. We had an incredible year. We're excited about 2026. This will be the best year ever for I Bleed Orange. Got a lot going on. A lot of stuff in the works. Want to thank the Hall of Fame Sports Bar and Grill over there in Wade Hampton and Greenville. We'll be doing a live show there every 1 week, every month of the year this coming year. Also want to thank Lefty's Grill, Three Friends Bar and Grill. I'd like to give a shout out to them. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to the South Carolina Gun Club. Real neat guy, Chris. You can go get certified, go get lessons over there. So let's just kind of dive on into it. We got 3 games that we got coming up. We got the new surprise, new kid on the block. They're talking about it on ESPN Game Day. And Indiana, they're the real deal, I think. And, they're no longer just a basketball team because when you think about Indiana, you think about the Hoosiers, you think about the movie, you think about the basketball, you think about Bobby Knight. But I'm here to tell you, they are the real deal. And they are playing their quarterback, Fernando, won the Heisman. Great dude, great Heisman acceptance speech. I'm really looking at, when we're going to get into that a little bit later, but I'm seeing Indiana going all the way to the finals. And I think they're probably going to be playing the Bulldogs, Georgia. But what a win for the Miami, the Hurricanes last night. I'm not usually a Miami fan, but I tell you what, there's some studs there on defense. Miami Hurricanes looked real good last night. Defense looked real good. And like Dad always said, a great defense will win championships and a great offense will win games. But I think Miami's defense is probably playing better than just about anybody in the nation. So, all right, shout out to all our sponsors. If you see down there in the bottom going across, y'all make this possible. We're so grateful for all y'all trusting in us and allowing us to promote and be sponsors of ours all year. And all the people that were new. We've had an incredible year. So anyways, let's just kind of dive on into basketball, and then we'll get back into football. Now, I've been saying this on the podcast, and been saying it pretty much since the beginning of the season when I kind of started watching the basketball and kind of getting to play on everything. We got a lot of new players, and I do believe that this is the best basketball team that Clemson's had. Now, I know last year we actually set the record for the most wins, and then we went into the big dance and lost to McNeese. But I'll tell you, there's a guy named Buckner, and you remember a guy named Greg Buckner that played for Clemson back in the late 80s, one of the best players. His son's playing solid, 6'7", 240. The dude's built like he could play linebacker. But he is a solid player. We don't really have anybody out there scoring like 25, 26 points a game. Everybody kind of evens it out. But I will say in the last couple games, we are actually 11-3. We had 3 losses, and all 3 of those losses were by top 15 ranked teams. Alabama, we just ran out of time. We came back in that. The BYU game, we should have won that game. We had a 26, 27-point lead in the halftime. One thing I noticed about Clemson the last couple games, not only we played a consistent first half, we were able to close it out in the last couple games. Now, Syracuse did kind of make a run there at the end. I was getting a little scared. I'm like, oh, here they go again. Not so fast, my friends. And they've been making free throws because they've had a big problem with free throws. And, a couple games we've lost, we're shooting like 50% at the free throw line. And I'm saying, guys, they're called free throws for something. They're free throws. So if you're going to get anything right, you got to get your free throws down because they're giving me, and you got to make them. So we've been making our free throws. We're looking a little bit better. We started ACC play. We're 1-0 in the ACC. We beat Syracuse in Syracuse, 2 feet of snow. Big win. Syracuse traditionally has a good basketball team. One an easy team that we beat, and that's not. I was watching the game yesterday, and I swear there's a lot of orange because they're the Syracuse Orange. Their mascot is actually a orange, but I didn't see one Clemson. I mean, except for the announcers and stuff, I didn't see one Clemson fan. Of course, it's in Syracuse, New York, but it's a long ways to go and 2 feet of snow. But tough environment to play in. We came out with a win. We're going to be playing. I'm getting my days confused. Today's Thursday. It feels like Saturday. Every day's felt like Saturday since Christmas. We play Pittsburgh at noon in Pittsburgh, and then we come back and on the, I believe it's the 7th, we play at Littlejohn, and we start getting it. So we're right in the ACC play. Things are starting to get interesting. We're 11-3. We're picking up momentum. We're playing good basketball. All right, so let's just dive into it. We all saw it coming. So there's no, appreciate what Garrett Riley did, the last couple of years with Clemson, but we all kind of saw it coming. So Garrett Riley, for lack of better words, was let go. And so we have an opening for an offensive coordinator and also safety with Khan. He's out. He's been with Clemson for a while now. Couple opinion. I think the number one candidate right now seems to be Chad Norris. That name probably rings a bell. Any of y'all follow Clemson football, you know who Chad Norris is. He was actually there during the days of Sammy Watkins, Taj Boyd. So he was there when we were starting to build Clemson up in that platform after we got that 4th to 16, had a couple good years. He's familiar with them. He actually didn't coach last year. He was actually out there at Texas State in 24. He took this year off. I know there have been some talks about him. Me personally, of course, I'm not making this decision. I'm not the guy that pays the big bucks, but I like Monken. Monken, if I'm even saying that guy. The guy used to actually coach Georgia in their 2 national championships. He's got 2 national championships behind him. He's currently in the NFL and offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. That's who I personally would like to see come on board. Chad Norris has been there before, maybe some familiarity. It's just strange that a coach was there and he'd come back. You don't see that happen a lot. So nobody really knows. Nobody can really. We didn't know Garrett Riley was going to get hired until Garrett Riley got hired. Nobody saw Tom Allen coming on board until Tom Allen came on board. I didn't even see him. And one of his main reasons was he has family that lives in the area. So a lot of stuff going on. Congratulations to Cade Klubnik. He is engaged. So thank you for everything you did, Cade. 4 solid years. This wasn't the best year we've had, but still, you gave it your best. You're a good man. You're getting married. You got a great, great, great life ahead of you. So wrapping it on up, 2025 was a strange, strange year. So football's over. We did not have the season we wanted to have, but we're going to see what happens in the offseason with recruiting, NIL, transfer portable. We really won't know until we start getting into the warmer months. As things start to come together, we get our new offensive coordinator in there, safety coach. We'll see what's going on. So I'm kind of excited about what's going on in basketball. Kind of nice to sit back and watch college football, to not have a dog in the fight. Personally, I'm pulling for the underdogs this year. I'm pulling for Indiana. I'm pulling for Texas Tech. Texas Tech's playing Oregon here in about an hour. I think Texas Tech's going to take Oregon. Oregon's like the Dallas Cowboys of college football. They get into the playoffs, and they do what Dallas does every year. They choke. And Dallas didn't even get in this year. But anyways, Texas Tech's offense is explosive. And I'm looking forward to this Indiana game. And then, of course, we've got the Georgia – to finish it out, we got the Georgia mine's gone blank for a second. Georgia, Ole Miss, and which they've already played this year. And Ole Miss kind of feel sorry for them. I kind of don't. Lane Kiffin just kind of left them sitting. They got a new coach. So big shoes to fill. Georgia's taken them before. I've got Georgia winning that game. I've actually got Georgia, and I've been saying it since the beginning of the college play. I got Georgia, and I've got Indiana in the college playoffs. So get your popcorn ready. Sit back. I feel like I've been on vacation for about 3 weeks now, even though we do a podcast every Tuesday night, and we're doing a live show every week this week. Every week this year for the rest of the year. So whether we have a live ESPN game day and we come out to play or not, we're going to do a live pregame show. So anyhow, basketball started up. Baseball is starting up here. I mean, believe it or not, baseball in college starts in February. I've been out at a Clemson game where, you could have had snow. I've been out at a Clemson game where you had long johns on and a hoodie and you're still freezing with a coat on. But they start out a little bit after Valentine's Day. We'll be getting into baseball, and then it'll be warming up. And then by that time, we'll be in March and March Madness and all that. And that's kind of an exciting time. So anyways, got through the season. Not what anybody freaking expected at all. I mean, at all. That game up in Penn State was brutal. It was rough. We talk about it on the podcast. We talk about it everywhere. I was just watching the ESPN game. They're talking about Indiana. The talent was there for Clemson. The talent was there for this year for us to go to the national championship. There was something with mindset. I'm here to tell you, there's something with passion. They were talking about Indiana, you remember when Deshaun Watson and Power Rangers and we had Ben Boulware and all those guys on the team. There was a passion. There was a will to win. There was a gorilla set mindset that we had that we didn't have this year. And a lot of people want to say it's the NIL. And I don't know. If I was playing college football and you're paying me $4 million, I'd much rather make $4 million than zero. But I don't think that would take away whether I'm getting paid or not in college or paid in college or how well I want to play the game. I'm a passionate guy. I'm a competitive guy. You pay me $1 or you pay me $5 million, I'm going to play the same. So I don't know what, that's the whole thing about this year. I can't pinpoint what it was because we got Tom Allen. We had Garrett Riley come on here. We thought that was a good pick. But you look at it and the talent was there, and Peter Woods had 1 sack. And I mean, so I just think there was some kind of mindset, some kind of mediocrity, the will to win. It wasn't there this year. And it's no other way you can explain it, because if you look at it on the books, you look at it coming into the season, you look at it when Paul Feinbaum is drinking that orange Kool-Aid and says that Clemson's probably going on a natty run this year, you start believing that stuff, because Paul Feinbaum would be the last person to say that. Ranked number 4, Penn State ranked number 2. We end up in the Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee freaking Stadium. Who would have thought? Number 4, number 2, and we lose. And, I don't know, people. I don't know. They got some soul searching to do down there in Death Valley, some soul searching to do down there in Clemson, because I think the problem is mental. I don't think it's anything to do with talent, anything to do with we've got all the resources that Georgia's got. We got all the resources that Alabama's got. We got all the resources. We got everything we need to have a national championship team, at least a contender, not a 7-6 team. And so I think a lot of that's mental. I hope they get together. Not surprised that Garrett Riley's gone. We'll see what happens in the offseason. I think they're going to wait until the playoffs in the national championship or ever. The portable opens up, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll see who Clemson gets. I know we have, a couple quarterbacks. We got Chris there, and we got the other guy that played in the Furman game looked really good. But I think we need to go out and get a stud. Go out and get a stud of a quarterback, and we'll see what happens in the offseason. So anyhow, 14, 15 minutes into this, it's January the 1st. I woke up this morning, so blessed to be able to do this for a living. So blessed. It's January the 1st. I'm waking up and I'm like, where did 2025 go to? And where did it go? This year went by quicker than any year I could ever remember. We've had some good times with I Bleed Orange this year. I had more fun this year, even though we're 7-6 than I ever had. We had a great year. We grew a lot. We had over 32 sponsors either come on board or renew. We've got a couple of people coming on board this month. We got some people going in for a year contract. We got a lot of stuff going on. So anyways, join our podcast every Tuesday night at 7:30. We're over 1,000. I think it's 1,100 subscribers. That doesn't sound big because you got people out there like Joe Rogan and some people got over 1 million. But actually, that's in the top 4% of all YouTube. We appreciate all of y'all that support us. I will tell you this: we won't let you down. We are the most exciting, fastest growing sports network in the nation. We will not bore you. We will have fun, win, lose, or draw. We will make it interesting. We will keep you in tune. we'll break it down like nobody else does. Like thank Jacob McDonald, Rowdy Tiger, Mike Adcock, some of the staff, Sean, IT guy, some of our writers, photographers. Just really appreciate everything you do to make this stuff possible. Also, want to mention that we are opening up the LLC on the Ultimate Sports Network. Will allow us to cover golf, tennis, some other stuff that I Bleed Orange doesn't cover. It's all going to be connected to a parent umbrella company. So as we go forward, may everybody be blessed. May you make some New Year's resolutions that you can keep. I mean, I was telling Tam, I always go to, I go to the gym every week. I got to have my cardio and get my workout in. And it's true what they say. I always go like first week. Well, days what first? I'll probably be at the gym Monday or Tuesday, and you can't even get your card in there. You can't even. You're waiting on a machine. You're waiting on a treadmill. It's January 2nd. It's January 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm here to tell you by Valentine's Day, by February the 14th, there's nobody in line. It's back to where it was. And what I'm getting at is a lot of people set goals. They have dreams, they have goals, they have ambitions. And I think the lack of persistence is the reason most people don't not achieve their goals. I don't think a lot of time it really has to do with talent. I think a lot of times it has to do with the person that just doesn't give up. The person gets knocked down again and again and again and again. The person's told no, 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 yes. What happens to most people, and I've seen it with salespeople, I've had them work for me. No, 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 I quit. Me, no, 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 yes, let's go. So that's the thing. Whatever it is you're doing, ain't nothing easy. And if it was easy, it wouldn't be worthwhile. So anything easy in life's not worthwhile. Anytime you got a goal and you want to achieve it, I didn't mean to come into a motivational speech, but let's go. It's 2026. Any goal that you have, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. You're going to be tested your guts, your perseverance. You're mentally going to be tested. If you're strong enough to withhold and keep going on after your goal, you will eventually get there. Do not freaking quit. That's the reason most people fail. They quit. They quit. They quit. And, a little thing about running, I run a lot. I just love cardio. I hate it and I love it. And, I've gotten up where I can do 6 miles, which I think is pretty good at my age. I will tell you this. When I get up around about 3.5, 4 miles, I feel like I'm about to die. I feel like it hurts. I feel like I want to quit. Somewhere around about 4.5, 5 miles, the endorphins kick in, and it's almost like I'm running automatic. And I tell you, I feel so much better after I work out. But so many times I want to quit about 3 miles. I'm like, you are freaking nuts. What are you doing? Why are you still running? This hurts. This sucks. This isn't fun. It isn't fun to run 6 miles. It's fun to run 4 to 6. But the first 3 or so miles, are not fun. But, man, the way I feel and how I feel after I get a good run in is indescribable. So anyhow, 2026, let's go. Clemson baseball, Clemson basketball, Clemson football. It's a new year. And I'm really excited about the basketball team. We'll see how the football team plays out. We got 230-something days. God, it seems like forever. We'll start it really does start. You feel the season get closer to you get in the summer and you get down to 99 days. Once it gets into like single digits, you get closer, and then all of a sudden you're in football season. And as usual, it always goes by too fast. But, it's not always about winning national championships. A lot of times it's about going to the games, tailgating, seeing your friends, bringing the community together. Those experiences, you can't be explained. You'd rather be winning, though. It's a little bit funner, but, had a real good time out there at Death Valley. And one of the worst seasons we've had since 2010. So anyways, like to thank everybody that supported us, our Facebook group that's growing, Instagram, X, YouTube channel. I Bleed Orange is here to stay. We're just getting started. You ain't seen nothing yet. What else? Wish we had some question and answer here. We're going to sit back and wait to see who the offensive coordinator is going to be. And they've already come out with the schedule. I know we're playing LSU. LSU at Death Valley, not Death Valley. We're playing them down in Baton Rouge this year. So they seem to be on our schedule a little bit lately. I know we signed a contract with Notre Dame. It doesn't start this year, but I think the following year we're going to play them like, I think it's like 12 years in a row. Clemson, Notre Dame, South Bend, or whatever you want to call it. I personally, I don't understand why Georgia and Clemson do not play every year. That is a great rival. It goes back to the Herschel Walker days, and the 1981 championship and their 1980 championship. Georgia is a very similar college to Clemson. Athens is a college town. Clemson is a college town. They're very similar. They're not that far from each other, but we play them once in a blue moon. And I think it'd be good to get them on our schedule. So if any of the scheduling people out there and scheduling world in Clemson, South Carolina, think about that. I think Georgia needs to be on the list. So anyhow, it's going to be short. It's going to be sweet. And we're about 21 minutes in that. We're not going to keep you too long. We got 3 games to watch. Kudos to Miami. We got the Oregon Texas Tech game coming up. And then we got the Indiana game. And then we got the Georgia LSU game to finish it off at 8 o'clock. Don't get too fat. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Don't overdo anything too much. But enjoy your day. Get your popcorn out. Let's have the best year we've ever had. Seriously, let's have the best year we've ever had. Now's the only time you got. Forget about your past. Learn from your past, your amends. Don't worry too much about the future. Live in today. This moment is all you have right now, and make the best of today. A lot of people sit down. When I buy a house, when I get married, when I make $1 million, when I do this, the time to live is now. The time to start your life is now. The time to renew your mind is now, today. Today, this moment is all you have. It's all I have. It's all we ever have. Make the best of it. We're not here forever. Make the best out of your life. God bless you. Have a great day, a great year. And God's children said, "Go Tigers." Peace out until next time. Join us 7:30 Tuesday night. I bleed orange, baby.